right, and welcome to another episode of Technology Tuesday. I'm your host, Greg Russell, here with my partner, Mr. Jerry Franklin Poe. Got an exciting episode for you guys. Can't wait to dive into this topic. This is something that we should all be doing more of because it has to do with our reputation and how people see us and make decisions regarding those who leave testimonials and reviews. So we're going to show you how to automate that today and some secret resources that you should know about on today's show. So if you're joining us live, put in the comments hashtag live and let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you are catching us on the replay, hashtag replay, and let us know where you're where you're tuning in from. So we are going to jump into the show right now.
All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Technology Tuesday. That's right, we are here giving you practical knowledge, practical applications so you can have practical solutions for your business. And every week, Greg goes into the lab, gets into his bag of tricks, and finds some new resources for us to look at to see how can we automate our business and take our business to the next level so you're spending more time building your lifestyle rather than actually being bogged down with the daily routine of your business. We got into the business in order to be able to create a life for ourselves and for our family. And sometimes we get so caught up into the routine that we forget about how to manage things in a way where we are leveraging our time to get things done more efficiently.
Yes, sir. And so today we're going to talk about testimonials and reviews. And so before we dive in, Jerry, tell me your thoughts about um, testimonials and reviews because most people use them interchangeable. Are they the same or are they different?
That's a great question. We hear these words thrown around in many different occasions. They can be different, I believe. A review could be someone who just uses your product or service, may have a positive or negative experience using your product or service. More so, the testimonial would typically be more from the positive side, someone who has benefit from the product or service, and that testimonial could come into a form of audio, video, or written version, but it's really somebody who is um, giving their statement as to how that your service has benefited them, and then how that could also be beneficial to other people. So the testimonial leans more to what we might call like a case study for why your product or service is a value or an advantage or a solution in the marketplace.
That is correct. Yes, sir. That is exactly right, man. You hit it right on the head. No prep. I just threw that one to see if you'd catch it right quick, and you sure did. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. We've been fortunate to have been able to utilize testimonials for a long time in our business, and recently there have been improvements in the technology that we use and of our CRMs and other services that allow us to automate this process of testimonials and or reviews. And so one of the things I want to share with you is a process in which to get more testimonials and or reviews. And so, Jerry, the thing I want to share with you and everyone is that you should bake it into your sales process. That means it should be a part of the discussion when you are offering your product, right? So, we all know that to make more money, you need to make more offers. And if we break down what that exactly looks like, then the request for a review or a testimony should be baked into the offer. So when you think about, if you're making an offer and there's a thank you page, if it's an online offer, there's typically a thank you page and you can put it there. But if you are doing a webinar or a one-to-one sales, you can build it right in. It works very well when it's brought up front, when they're first listening and hearing about the product and what they're going to get and what their responsibility is, other than just shelling out money. So if you're like, hey, on especially when you forecast when it's going to happen. So you could be like, hey, so on, when we get started, you'll have your onboarding call, um, etc. And then 10 days after, you'll get a request for a review. And at that time, you'll give us a positive review or a testimonial. And if you don't have experience at that time, then we could do something. But you want to bring it up at the very into your sales process, so that it is just a part of the sale. This way, every time you make a sale, several days later, you should get a review or a testimonial. So that's the advice I have to how to consistently get them. Make it a part of your sales process. And I think that when you do that, you would be able to consistently, and this is the key, generate more reviews and sales for your product and service. So that is the strategy behind it. And then we can share some tips and resources about it. Any um, info you have about the strategy, or thoughts you think could make it better?
No, I think what you're saying, and what you're saying people should be thinking about is that your whole when you think about your whole process or your whole sequence, that getting a testimonial or getting feedback from the customer is part of the process. It's not just you receiving their payment for your service. That's not the end of the transaction. The end of the transaction, it would include getting feedback as well. So changing where you put the goal line in terms of your entire sales sequence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So I want to show you guys how to do that, and share some resources on how you can get these testimonials once you bake it into your sales process. So I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to share the screen. And Jerry, I am going to share. I Googled that question I asked you. Uh, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. I asked Google, is there a difference between a testimonial and a review? So let me see if I can zoom in so everyone can see it. See if we can do it again. And we'll see if we can do it one more time, getting in there nice and close. All right, cool. So there is a difference between a testimony and a review. A testimonial is curated, positive statements, often solicited by a business for marketing purposes, while a review is unfiltered public opinion that can be positive, negative, or neutral. Testimonials are typically more formal, and appear on the business's own platform. Our reviews are usually more informal and found on third-party sites like Google My Business, Facebook, Yelp, etc. So that's the difference, so you guys know. But at the end of the day, Jerry, we are basically just talking about your reputation, right? So these reviews and or testimonials brought together is what people will have their online reputation. What are people saying about you online? Do you have positive feedback or negative feedback, um, that people can have get a sense of what they can expect from other people's experience, right? And so this is all about your experience, and you should have both testimonials and reviews for your business. And we're going to show you how to get them. So one of the things we're going to share with you, one of the systems that many of you already have, is inside your CRM. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to the desktop again, and we're going to talk about, come on now. All right, took its time. We're going to talk about something that's built into the Success Team CRM, which is built on the Go High Level platform. So over here on the left-hand side, you have a reputation system which will allow you to send out review requests. And I'm going to go through these things so you know that it's here, because there have been some updates over the last few months. If you're not aware, this is a very powerful system that you can also build into a workflow, which means when something happens, you ask for a review. So for example, if someone purchases a product, you can have a wait step in the automation to wait a certain days, and after so many days, it automatically sends the review. So if you build that in, when you sell products, it's automatically a part of the process. that happens on the back end that people will get asked for these reviews. So we're going to automate this whole thing down to the point of it even updating where that review is shown. So let's first talk about this. So you have this um, overview, right? And basically, it will take a summary of your reviews that it will can see online, and you can see within the last 6 months if you have any reviews. So I'm going to be open and share mine. I haven't been doing a good job at collecting them automatically, which is why I basically decided to do this show, because if I put it out there, then Jerry, when we can come back to it and I can show you the improvement that I've made. And so if you guys are following along and doing it with me, which is the goal, then you can improve as well. So basically, we have had kind of no outside reviews over the last month. Again, it will scan. It has a total of 11 reviews over however long we've had reviews. And, I've had Google My Business for a number of years, and it has changed names plenty of times. But one of the cool things about this is if you just want to send a review request, you can click this right here, and then you can search any of your contacts. Jerry, I'm going to look you up right now. And then I can click this and I can just send you a review request. I can send it via email or SMS. We can choose email or both. And then I can just hit send review, and it will actually send you out a review request to your email. Boom. So you will have that. So that's just a manual way to do it. So if we click this request, this will show you the number of requests that were sent. Here's the one we just sent. And then here's some others that actually opened it. And it will retry 3 times. I'll show you these settings just a second that you can go through here so you can see how many were sent. This is a collection of your reviews on the different platforms that you connect. So here we have Google My Business and Facebook, right? So it collect all these reviews from this so you can see the reviews. It has a widget, and this widget is pretty cool because it has templates that you can choose to how to display your reviews, right? So if you want one, you can choose any one of these, and then you can basically edit the widget, and you can get the code, and you can embed this on your website. And when more reviews come in, it automatically updates, right? So all you have to do is get the reviews, and they will go on there. And you also have the settings so that if it's below so many stars, it won't show up on there, right? So you can have it so that it doesn't show the negative ones if you want to. All right, so here's your listings. This is where you can actually see the listings. Come on, we're waiting for it to load. And if it doesn't show, then we will just skip it and you guys can check it out in your own platform. And we're going to just skip it. All right, so the listings is just a listing of the review. You jump over to the settings. The settings is where you set it all up for how you want it to work, okay? So it starts with, there is something called Reviews AI, and there's an AI component that you can upgrade to if you want AI to consistently help you ask for reviews, etc. It's not necessarily, you don't have to use it. Basically, just asking people at the right time is all you really need. And then you can set your review link. So you can set it to ask for Google reviews, Facebook reviews, or a custom link. And this is the one I'm going to talk about in just a second, Jerry. This is going to be the special sauce where you can ask for custom reviews. And so you can set those up here. You can also turn on review balancing, which it'll kind of it'll rotate between the ones if you're not sure if you want to solicit reviews from a specific platform. And then the SMS request, right? You can edit it what it says. So when the request goes out via SMS, you can edit what the wording says on that. Same thing with the email request. If you have WhatsApp turned on, you can send those reviews via WhatsApp as well. It also has a review QR code, which you can save and use anywhere on your print media or online media, right? So people can scan that. And it also has spam reviews because, sometimes when your stuff is out there, you can get spam reviews. So you can turn this on if needed. And then the last one is the integrations, and you can decide which third-party platforms you want to request reviews on, right? And so it kind of has a pretty good list of any of the social sites that are out there that you can get reviews on. Okay, so you can just go turn it on, integrate it, sign into that platform, and then any reviews that you get on that platform, it will show up here. And the one last thing it does have is the Google business optimization, which is new, which you can then see your score. I got a 12 out of 16, and there's things I can do to update the Google optimization. And so you can do that right from here. And so that is what's built in to the CRM for you to automate getting reviews for your products and services. And so that is how you set that up. Only takes a few minutes, and then now you have a place where you can automatically send out review requests and start to collect these reviews on a consistent basis. So before I share some of the other resources, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the internal system built into the CRM about collecting reviews.
Uh, to me, I think it's great, man. I think it makes it for those who have that platform and or those who've been thinking about the platform, now you can see why it's valuable because it makes the process automatic. You can take the guesswork out of it. You can make it where it automatically becomes part of the system and you don't have to think about it anymore.
Yep, you are absolutely right, and I appreciate that. So in that, I talked about that custom link. So I want to share with you something you can do to make this even better. So I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to share two resources with you guys. And one of them is something called Social Juice. Okay. And so Social Juice is a place where you can collect reviews and video reviews, and you can get that custom link to be able to collect those reviews. And it will basically guide them through a process where they can just click on their phone and or computer if they have a webcam, and they can leave you that review, and it'll basically give you that link so that you can record the testimonial and or review. They can choose to do video or written. They can record it right within the platform, or they can upload a video, and you can even have different sections of different type of reviews. So if you have one type and you want people to send you reviews on that product, you can have it where you just have a section and it's collecting reviews for that product. And if you have another product, then you can have a section reviews on that product, which I really like because this way, when you scroll down, it has a way of basically showing off these reviews in a nice, cool format like this. It just gives you an embed code, and there's several different ways you can do it. It also, like Go High Level, will bring in these reviews from all the third-party platforms, so you can display and testimonials on one page. And it also gives you a that you can also use. So this one, since it will collect the video testimonials, is a little more advanced than just the built-in one from Go High Level. But I really like it because you can have multiple sections of reviews. And so this is social juice. Okay, the pricing starts at $29 a month, and then they have an upgraded one at $69 a month, and they have 14-day trial, so you can go try it out for free and see if it works for you, right? And so here's all the features, and they even have something new called the AI, which will basically help to guide your potential reviewers and testimonials to give you the testimonial that you want, right? So the AI will help them say the things that they need to say to help you get a great testimonial, right? So really like Social Juice. I was blessed to be able to grab this one on an AppSumo deal a while ago, and that's where I found out about it. So that's the one that I have. And when it comes to these types of platforms, you should have something, right? If you're not going to use the default system in GHL, then you can have something like this as well. If you don't have GHL, this will work for those of you who don't. And then there is one, Jerry, there is one that's available right now on AppSumo. So if you want to kind of get a lifetime deal, there is one that's available at the time of this broadcast that you can check out. And that is something called Feed Space. Click on this here. We got Feed Space coming up. And this is a video testimonial similar to Social Juice. It is one that you can grab for a lifetime deal if you're looking to avoid a monthly fee and want something that does something similar to the one we just talked about. And for $69 is where it starts, and you can kind of see how many forms and reviews you get per month. and it goes up from there. And even the video quality starts off at 720p, and you can figure out which kind of one you want from there, and it goes up at the different tiers. And so this is available now for a lifetime deal on AppSumo, which is feed space. So I highly recommend you get something, and start to use automation so that you can automatically collect the testimonials. In all the solutions we selected, when you get that embed code, when you add a new testimonial, it will update where those testimonials are being shown. So you don't have to go into the websites or pages and update them. All you have to do is get the testimony in that system, and it will update automatically. And Jerry, that is how you automate getting testimonials and reviews and have them shown on your website easily with the technology that we have available to us today. Any questions, sir?
Awesome, man. No, you hit it. You knocked everything out the park, I believe.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Any ways you saw people use testimonies in unique ways over the years?
That's wow. I mean, that's that we could be here for another hour on that because a lot has changed. I've seen people create, pages where they have testimonials or reviews. People can go look at them, um, turning them videos or a series of videos, promo reels. I mean, all types of things that people have done. The key for folks is just to make sure you have them. Like if you don't have them to use, you got to collect them, and I think that's the biggest hurdle. Is sometimes people forget about it. They're so busy with other stuff they neglect getting the feedback, and now you don't have the resource to actually use in your marketing.
Yes, I think you hit it right on the head that people, forget to acquire them, and you want to do it early when the new customer is most excited about the product or service. So, yeah, this will make it easier for you. And if you build it into the process, it'll automatically get done. And you'll probably be surprised at how well it works. So I have done it the manual way. Back in the day, I would, jump on Zoom with the person and have them do it right then and there, then have to go edit it and put it up there. And, we did what we had to do. But now it's just so much easier if we use the resources that we have. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy setting up automation for your testimonials, and we look forward to your feedback. So until next week, have a great and prosperous weekend, and make sure you join us at technologytuesday.com and ask us any questions that you have. Until next week, guys, take care and have a good one.